Thank you for tuning in to Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti. Make sure you got a beverage in your hand. Sit back, relax, and engage with us.
All right, here we go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever time of the day it is where you at. Welcome to Not Just Girl Talk. I'm your host, Ashanti.
And I'm your host, Tiffany.
And thank y'all for tuning in today to another episode. We're on episode 10. 10 for the win, okay?
Yes.
So, Tiffany, what's been going on? Let's go and jump into the show. What's been going on with you?
Nothing, girl. It has been still dance mom. So that's weird for me to say. I'm still a dance mom. But like I said, their recital is June 19th, I believe. And so that's what we're prepping for. And let's see.
Holiday weekend coming up.
How what?
We have a holiday weekend coming up, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, absolutely.
Yeah.
Memorial Day. So we are getting ready to go out of town for that, actually, to see our parents, in Memphis, both of them. So, yeah. Also, we've wrapped up the school year, or we're wrapping it up. Monday, last day.
Shout out to the teachers who are excited to be out of school.
Yeah, yes. Monday, is our last day. I will say our 8th grade babies just had their promotion ceremony on Friday. And it was bittersweet, I mean, they may have, been checked out a little bit prior to that, but it was kind of a bittersweet moment, seeing them being promoted, and hopefully they're prepared for high school and they succeed, all of them. But that was, that was a good feeling to see them move on to high school. That's a great part of teaching. And I also did a thing, right, Shauna?
You did a what?
I did a thing. So, I've been ready for summer.
Okay.
But I'm going to teach summer school. I signed up to teach summer school. So yeah.
And she did say, girl, I'm teaching summer school. This is my break. But what are we doing?
It was my break, and yeah. I just
where the money reside. Where the money reside.
Yeah, you're right, girl.
That's at the summer school.
Yeah, that's there we go. Yeah, I'm doing summer school, and I guess, and to lastly prepare for this trip. So I originally was going to go to Jamaica, and my husband and I decided that we're going to keep it in the US of A until we're fully confident on traveling outside of the US of A.
I agree, because
all the way comfortable in the US of A, but I'm probably a little bit more comfortable in the US of A, right?
The US of A, okay, people, not USA, but the US of A.
It is US of A. So, girl, but yeah, that's pretty much all in a nutshell what I have going on, girl. What's your week been like?
The same, pretty much. But I'm going somewhere today, so I'm meeting up with my homegirl Melanie. We're gonna go and have a little lunch today. And outside of that, I had the house to myself. The kiddos was gone, so that was like a good peace and quiet. Beyond that, we've been chilling. Honestly, I have been just relaxing, trying to get my house together. Like I said, I was out for shopping, and we were painting. So doing some paint, touching up all the white spots, when stuff started just getting dim, wiping the walls down, retouching them up with paint. That's what y'all supposed to do. So if you ain't keeping your house up, get it together. Spring cleaning, that means touch up paint, all of that. Carpet cleaning, that means all of that for me. So that's pretty much what we've been doing. Clearing out, of course, old clothes that can't fit, stuff like that. But that's it for me. I ain't had too much popping.
You ain't do no shopping? No shopping this week?
Girl, well, I didn't really go go shopping, but I did, well, not for me or the house. I went fat. We went and got him some old, couple of little shorts and stuff like that. On Navy, they had a sale online, but I was in the store, so that was like, it was 60% offline. Well, they had a 60% sale anyway online, and then I had like an extra 35% off coupon, and so I was like, and it was an online exclusive. But you know, if you in the store and you order it online, and they'll pick it, like you can just go to the register with it. So you get the online price even though you're in the store. So I did that. Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. Somebody else was telling me about that. I said, why I never think of that? So if I'm in the store and I'm looking up something, I look at see if it's on sale online first. And if it is, I just put pick up in store, order it, and I take it up to the front register, or they have to have somebody like go get it and bring it back up there. But I get the online price. So that was what's up. So I had a little deal with that, but outside of that, I ain't do too much. I ain't do too much damage. Not this weekend. I ain't do too much damage. Contact. Yeah, Tiffany said y'all want to contact us. Come on in. Y'all been tripping.
Do we? You want to get into our contacts? So want to do let's go ahead and do contacts. So we appreciate all of you guys supporting us. Still Paris Day Ones. We appreciate you so much. We would love to hear from you on one of our platforms. In Columbus, Ohio, Hugh, Ohio, a couple of different places. So we appreciate you guys and the support so much. But we definitely want you guys to please make sure you subscribe if you have not already on our YouTube channel at Not Just Girl Talk Podcast. Again, we're available on YouTube at Not Just Girl Talk Podcast, as well as we would like you guys to follow us on our IG at Not Just Girl _talk. Again, that's Not Just Girl _talk. Please follow us on our IG platform. And we're also in the Twitter world. Follow us there as well at Not Just Girl T, at Not Just Girl T. And also follow us on our Facebook page at Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti. Again, that's Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti.
Yes, y'all, come on, join in. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube so we can be monetized. Y'all know how I go, like I said. So tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend about Not Just Girl Talk. If it's something that you all want to hear from us, let us know in the comments below. We'll definitely put that up for a topic of discussion on our platform. So moving into the beverage of the day. Make sure you got a beverage in your hand when you're listening to us. Right now, I am sipping on tea. I know I got tea today, so
hot tea.
It's hot tea. So it's a hibiscus tea, and then I mix it with like a matcha and green tea. Don't look like that.
I'm just saying, you get to Maryland. Don't nobody know what that is, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's like it's really good, and I don't put any real sugar in there. I put monk sugar. I get it from Sprout. It's 0 calories and stuff. It's supposed to be good. It's a little sweetener, but it's girl stop. This is my beverage of the day. What you drinking?
I don't know what a monk sugar is. I know what Splenda is and Sweet and Low, but okay. We do things different when we get to Maryland and stuff like that. But anyway, still on my in the cute glass. Nothing spectacular. I said that we are going to be on the beach in June, so still in my wine. And I think I got my husband to join in a little bit with this workout. Not workout, but healthier eating. I haven't mastered working all the way out yet, but
Actually, I've been doing good. I bought me some weights. So I got me some hand weights. And then I was looking up on YouTube. I don't know the girl name. I'm pretty sure y'all know who she is. I said she's popular. Y'all can tell me who she is. I forgot her name. But she started this thing called 12-3-30. So you walk on a treadmill at a 12 incline at a speed of 3 for 30 minutes. And it's supposed to help. And I saw a couple of people do it for an extended period of time for some results. And they more so lost inches than weight, which I'm fine with. I'm all for my clothes fitting different, and the pounds they'll come off, but the inches is what I be looking for. So I've been doing that, and then still coming home and doing my weightlifting and just a little hit workout or something maybe. So I've been trying. I gotta come down.
Yeah, Sean, you gotta help me. The eating part.
You was doing good at first, remember?
I know. I'm doing fine with the eating part. I did yoga with Aaron. That went well. I don't think I said that, but yeah, it went well. It just helped me know that I'm a little out of shape probably, and my daughter's in better shape than me. But
and she will call you out, baby.
I'm encouraged though. I'm encouraged. At least I kind of
be encouraged, no matter what's going on. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, what else do we have? Oh, what you got?
Okay, so this month, I know we talked about ALS for our organization of the month that we wanted to highlight, and we still do. Please look into information on possibly donating to ALS. As we stated last week, it is 100% fatal disease, so much awareness to that. But we also want to recognize Lupus Awareness Month because May is Lupus Awareness Month. I personally know a couple of people that suffer from this disease. Even though we're recording this on May 23rd, technically. May 10th is World Lupus Day. And that's just where they bring awareness. You can take a selfie of yourself. Although that has passed, we would like you guys to still bring awareness. You can post a selfie and put up facts on social media about lupus. And also May 21st was Wear Purple Day. We know we passed that as well, but that is why I am, rocking a little purple. Fun fact, this is a maternity top. But it's what I had in my closet. No, I'm not pregnant, but lupus is pretty much a disease, autoimmune disease, actually, that causes inflammation and pain in any part of your body. It affects your skin, joints, and specific organs such as your kidneys and or heart. Some signs and symptoms include extreme fatigue or being tired, pain and swelling of the joints, headaches, low fevers, as well as sensitivity to sunlight. These are just some symptoms and, of course, things that we can do to prevent it or help manage it, rather, if you or someone you know is suffering from lupus. Is, of course, eat a healthy, well-balanced diet and make sure we are keeping stress at a minimum and low-impact exercising as well, such as yoga. So that's just to bring you guys a little awareness about lupus. All of this information can be found on www.lupus.org. So.
All right. Moving into our next segment, speak on it or sip on it. So, I can say I start off. So this has kind of been brewing in the podcast world for Joe Budden, pretty much kind of what he'd been having going on. It's a lot. It's a little sticky. I did watch the episode with Meg and Karen on the Girl I Guess podcast, and then I watched Bridget and Mandy on See the Thing Is. And I actually enjoyed both podcasts with the ladies. It's just unfortunate that the situation happened to Olivia under the See the Thing Is podcast, and then they're all associated with Joe Budden. So it can kind of be one of those things. As a woman in an environment, they were kind of saying, what do you do? Because people are looking at them like, well, y'all are still, not both of them, just like in general, like Bridget and Mandy's side. They were there when the situation occurred. They were stating they definitely tried to console her before, after, and all of that. But working in an environment where a male is kind of out of line with you and make you feel uncomfortable in the work, space, and for people to stand up for you as women, at what level do you pretty much advocate? To what extent do you advocate? Do you just step up and be like, hey, that's, chill out. That's too much. Calm down, and then make sure the person is okay. And then if nothing else happens after that, it's kind of like, I think they were in a position of, did I do enough? Did I advocate enough? Was there more that I could have done? And I think that they did what they knew to do in that situation. If there is something else that they could have done, I'm pretty sure they will, do it in the future if it's a spot. You know how we just like, what is it? A blind spot.
Yeah.
Something you didn't know about. And also with him and Rory and Mom. Friends working in business together. This is our first time working on a venture together as friends. And one thing that I think we do well right now is we listen to each other. We understand, and we work around it. So not work around it, but work around each other's personality. We've been friends long enough, so we kind of know each other's personalities, and we also pray, y'all. Y'all know when we have our business meetings, when we come together, we definitely pray over our podcast, because we want to definitely make sure that we have that foundation for us and for our platform to reach who it needs to reach, and so that our friendship can remain intact and it doesn't come between that. So with their situation, I hope it works out, but with the friendship, maybe not. But with us as friends and doing business, I'm like, I don't want us to be going down that road.
Absolutely not. Of course, we would stop if it started to affect our friendship, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, we've been friends long enough, and we know each other's personality, and we respect each other enough. But we're gonna tell each other the truth too, but we're always respectful. And if we don't agree with something, we respect it enough, and we talk about it. But for the most part, like I said, we would, unfortunately, we would drop it before we let it affect our friendship. So,
I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys want to send us some information speaking on that situation with Joe Budden and his podcast. But I'm just gonna sip on it because I don't know what's gonna happen of it. I hope, like you said, their friendship can remain. This is my little phone beeping, and I'm trying to turn it off. But yeah, hopefully their friendship can remain, and I don't know if you guys can hear my babies downstairs, but I do. So
no, we cannot hear them.
I'll apologize in advance if you do hear them. What about TI and Tiny? So they have been in the media news specifically again, but this time about sexual assault and rape, actually allegations towards them. And, it had just been, people, women had come forward. I think up to 30 women at this point have come forward, and in California as well as Georgia. But it's just been names not being put out there. But now they do have a name, I believe, of one of the particular people that came forward. And actually, LA PD is actually officially investigating them. So I like TI Tiny. So I do like them. I watched their little reality show, and I want him to work. Even when he went to jail, I'm like, girl, yeah, holding your man down. I respected it. However, the woman in me, if it is true and they did something against someone's will, just like I've stated, if you wrong, you wrong, and you've got to suffer the consequences. No matter how I may like you or not, I'm gonna have to say I have to, if they are found, if it's truly evidence and they force someone against their will, I mean, they've got to pay the consequences. So, and I just talked about my escape battle. And I still love Tiny and escape, but I like TI too. But girl,
I'm gonna have to take a sip because I really have no comment.
it's I almost took a sip, but I can
have no
speak
comment.
and take a sip. It's a 2 for me.
I have no comment on it. No, I have no comment on that situation. But speaking of battles, you said Bow Wow and Soldier Boy up in it. Oh, watch me crank it.
He got another song out now called Drip. That thing kind of, I'm like, okay. Back in the day when we used to do Crank That Soldier Boy, it's like, oh, look here, this a one-hit wonder probably, but we still, enjoyed it for the, club at the time when we were younger. But this little Drip, I'm like, okay, this don't sound like Soldier.
They sound like a real artist out here.
Yeah, for real, not play. However, he been.
I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not. I mean, that's my little sister.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'll watch the highlights, right? But the thing, his song is cool, but I think sometimes Soldier do too much, right?
Always.
Bow Wow too. Both of them. So that's probably why I'm not gonna watch it. But Soldier, he was calling Bow Wow out for the challenge, and I guess he finally accepted or whatever.
I guess that's a good little matchup, but I'm not.
I'm not interested.
Songs are there? I don't know, but I won't be entertained.
He got the Drip. I don't know. That song.
That's more of my little sister. That's not my phase, not my era, not my genre. I know a couple of songs though, but no, it's a no for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
Just like when they had the Millennial Tour.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool with the Pretty Ricky and, but I just wasn't, I don't know, I never kind of got into that. I listened to the songs that came on the radio,
and I like, B2K was cool, but it was still, I think we were more immature, and then B2K.
Yeah, we were more immature. Yeah, see, we in that funny phase of life. Like, we could be with the millennials, but we like still with the 90s people. So, but I really never kind of got into that. Like that. If kind of get into music like that.
Yeah.
What else we had?
Paul Mooney. He passed away at 79.
Wow,
comedian Paul Mooney has passed away. They're saying from a heart attack. So let's keep his family in prayers and uplifted. He's known for Chappelle's Show, doing those little skits on Dave Chappelle's show, and I didn't know he was a writer as well. Like, he wrote for Sanford and Son, and what else? Good Times, Sanford and Son, and Good Times, and he was known for writing with Richard Pryor. Yeah, so he's
that's what's up.
Like, he was 79, but he worked alongside Richard Pryor, so
left his mark.
Yeah, so he will be missed. So let's go on and get into this topic.
So y'all can tell we excited about these new topics because it's real relatable for us. Actually, we're going to talk today about parenting boys versus parenting our girls. And I have boys and a daughter. But if you want to get started on your end, kind of how you.
Yes. So like I said, or like Ashanti said, we are talking about raising daughters versus sons. And of course, we are no expert, but this is our lane, right? When we first started this podcast, we talked about what it was like dating and things like that. But we're now getting into parenting, and that's something we can definitely have a lot of experience over. Now, we're not saying we're experts, but we can definitely give you guys nuggets on what our perspective is and things that have worked for us. And hopefully you guys can grab a nugget from us. But I will say also, Ashanti she has more experience than me because my kids are younger, 3 and 6 or 6 and 3. And I also have just 2 girls, so I don't know what it's like to raise males. But from my experience, I've always want my daughters to, or for me, I always want to provide a healthy version of myself physically and mentally. You guys, if you've not heard, I suffer from multiple sclerosis or MS. So that is something very important for me. Keeping myself together physically may not work out all the time, but I do definitely try to do well with eating and still not being very unhealthy physically. I try to keep myself up and take my medicine and do things that I need to do, because I, of course, want to be around for my daughters. And mentally, making sure I keep my mental state clear and together. I'm learning what self-care is and kind of being selfish so that I can show up for myself so that I can be there for my daughters fully. So I try to provide always a healthy version of myself. And I show that there's a strength in being a woman. Right now, they are so young, so they don't understand all the way yet. And I know this from teaching middle school. So I know older kids, but right now my daughters are so young, but just showing them that there is strength in being a woman. I don't want them to ever feel that, I dislike being a woman. We're great. We're awesome. Black girl magic.
In that order,
time, right? Because it's going to be things that I know that it's going to change with them. They're going to have their cycles and their body's going to change and things like that. And I want them to know that that's okay. Right now, I'm just at the stage where they're asking me questions like, what's this body part? I think Aaron asked me, like, what's my boob? And I'm like, and I tell her, I don't lie to my kids. I tell them what their actual body parts are. I try, of course, inappropriate for their age form, I guess I would say, but I am honest about that because I know working in education, if somebody ever touched them or something inappropriately, they have to report. They're not going to take it, police or whoever's taking reports, if they're using hoo-ha or your whatever, noo-noo or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah. Because I told Jade, like, if someone touches your prop, when she was young, I said, this is your noo-noo. And she was like, no, I don't say that. Like, this is your vagina.
I mean, but that's the education. I mean, we're counselors and all of the above. So, I mean.
And so that's what we did for her in that space. Like, I was like, hey, this is your noo-noo. But she was like, nah, I'm giving the straight word, because if anything happens, she has to know exactly what the word is. And I was like, oh, like, even now, I didn't even know that was like, you had to know that. Thank God, my kids are older now and nothing happened. Hopefully nothing happened to my dad's kids. But in that space, I didn't know that terminology had to be, stated. So I'm like,
Yeah, and I, like I said, I am new to this parenting thing. So these are things that I probably haven't all the way experienced, adolescence and all of this, but I definitely want to keep encouraging them to try different things that they're interested in, not limiting them. That I teach STEM now. So I want them to know that girls can like science, technology, engineering, math, whatever it is that you can. If you want to be the future engineer, we need women engineers. You set the precedence, whatever it is that you want to do. Right now, she wants to do dance. I may not think it's, but that's her. I'm still going to allow her to do it. She's also interested in gymnastics. Aaron, I'm speaking of now, but Aaron and Elena do dance. So I'm letting them do whatever. And my husband's 6'4". Some people are like, oh, basketball. If she's interested, I'm gonna let her do basketball. Yes,
she ain't gonna play no basketball. She is too girly.
I know she's too girly, but I'm saying.
Oh yeah, if she wanted to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
But she is very girly, y'all.
I'm not gonna stop her if that is what she wants to do. I believe in encouraging, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But it's definitely. I try to model what I would like them to, what it should look like. And, I am still new to it, but I think they need to be assertive when it's necessary too. Don't let anybody run over you. And those make good leadership skills. And I definitely think both of my daughters aren't lacking in that area. I believe Elena, the little one, more so, but Erin, she can speak up when she wants to. Like, even if it's about her sister, she gonna speak up.
She will tell you about yourself.
And then hopefully, that I want them to know that your body, right now, I'm not here yet. So this is what I'm thinking or seeing in my future. Always letting them know that your body is your body and to be respected, right? No means no. Like, I know it's going to come a day that they're going to get interested and curious, and, little boys going to be in their ears and all of this. But I just want them to make the right decision, sound decision, and want them to feel okay coming to me. They can't come to their dad, but if they feel like they're ready, just understand that they are ready and know when they think that they may be ready for something beyond, kissing and things like that. I want them to be able to have that open relationship with me, to come to me. But I also want them to know their body, and it should be respected. It's the move that you're going to eventually get into. Make sure that they respect you enough. And if you say no, that means no. And if they can't understand it, let your mom know, and definitely your daddy, because we coming. Right. But yeah. So, I mean, again, that's something that I have to look forward to, because I teach school.
Yeah.
My mind thinks always like, this is going to be my girls one day. And so I encourage my students, if they are, come to me about this, whatever, I always tell them, take your time. You got all the time in the world.
Please take
your time. You're going to do it. Make sure, keep open communication with your parents.
Yes. I agree. So on my end, let's see. So, when they were, I'm kind of go a little timeline. I got a little timeline here in my little notes. But when they were smaller, like your baby's age, the difference between boys and girls to me was using the bathroom. Okay, I had to teach them how to aim. Don't pee on my toilet. Don't pee on my floor. Boys are nasty. I grew up in a household full of women. Like, literally, I got all sisters. I got a brother too. My brother didn't grow up in the house with us, but yeah, that was real new. I'm like, oh, so y'all peeing, like, just aim in the toilet, please stop. Just the aim. That was a task. And Jay, pretty much the wiping, when they little, teaching them how to wipe, teaching the girls how to wipe, making sure that they're clean down there,
front to back.
making sure front to back. Grown folks, if you don't know, which is that y'all listen to, front. If you wait, front to back, okay. So that part was like a difference. Even for me, boys is a new territory. Okay. But they aim. Oh my God. I'm like, y'all so nasty. I was like, I don't know. It was just.
Did y'all really put like Fruit Loops or Cheerios in the toilet to help with it? No.
I didn't. No. Step back. Make sure you don't get on this. Just get in the water. Just step over the water. Like, get in the water. Like, oh my God. So that was a task when they was growing up. They aiming and wiping the. Oh God. Ugh. I'm so happy I'm passing phases. Am I really? I am, but I still have to tell them, you don't sit on the seat. Like, raise that toilet seat up. Get that Clorox wipe and wipe that down and throw it in the gutter. Yeah. So that's boy and girl for me. The bathroom. Another thing that I have for my boys right now, because they middle school, high school. So with, I'm at that real life kind of hit you phase, what you teaching them if they're using it. But so my oldest, summer of 8th grade, he was already introduced him to what condoms are immediately. I'm not playing no games, because at the end of the day, I can't prevent it. But what I am going to do is make sure you're prepared for it. So that's something that I did with him. Conversation, talk, educate him. don't do it. This what you when you should wait. But if it does happen, you have the knowledge and the skills because your friends don't know. Because I'm pretty sure we was asking each other, we don't know.
Not at all.
we ever asked each other who asked their friends was and man, we didn't we learning like man, each
No.
other. Girl, what happened? Did you what? Now you gonna know you're gonna have everything you need. And then with Jade, we really haven't had the talk, but I did. She's pretty mature. But in talking to her about we was watching some show and the girl was getting on birth control or something. And I was like, oh, don't worry, you get like 14, it's automatic. You got no choices. It's happening. Automatic. Pill. Don't matter. Shot in the arm. Matter of fact, don't worry about the pill because you're gonna forget to take it. You're in the arm, get the birth control. She was like, Mom, what? I was like, yes, it's happening, honey. You're not gonna tell me. Well, I'm not gonna say she's not gonna tell me, but I was like, you're not, I'm not even gonna play and act like you're gonna tell me. She was like, Mom, I would tell you.
See,
So I would tell you. And I was like, okay. And I was like, you sure you would tell me if you can come to me? She was like, yeah, you already pretty much told me about stuff anyway, like the cycle. We already had a talk before it happened. So before it happened, she was already prepared. She knew what it was and she knew what to do. So when it came, it was like, oh, I know what this is. She just told me. And I was like, you got any questions? You want to talk about it? She was like, yeah, I already know what it is. So that part, she was able to, what?
no, I was just thinking about me. Like, girl, I wasn't prepared. But that's why I try to, yeah, I'm going to try to, but I'm not even, my mind ain't even there yet, Jesus. But you're going to walk me through it, I'm sure. When I got
it's going to come quicker than you know it. You're going to be like, dang, thank God I got one girl. Because
I was not prepared. Not at all. I'm like, what's this?
Oh, see, I don't know that I was.
I think I knew. I knew that it was something, but I didn't necessarily know that that's something. I don't know. I just didn't know. I just know that I remember calling my mom like, it's blood in my panties, Mama. And she was like, well, get you a pad or whatever. I'm like, where's that at? Like, I'm serious. Like, so I definitely know that I agree with you. Like, I want to have a conversation before it comes that they know what's going on before it happens.
And I knew because my cousin had hers first. So I knew because she had hers first. And then I knew to tell my mom and she was like, shoot, gotta go back to the store. Like, I was like, okay, she's gonna go back to the. I know she had just came home to get some groceries, but so Jay, she pretty much already knew, and I had to go to the store. I was like,
because you ain't got no boys. I mean, you only got boys besides you're the only girl.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, we have to go to the store. So, but she was cool and she was like, I know what it is. So when it comes to that conversation with her, when it comes to sex and when it comes to birth control, she's already like, oh, I'm gonna come to you and ask you because you're gonna tell me what I need to know. Like, she's really mature. Like, I really love that about her because I was kind of naive growing up to some stuff. I didn't really pay attention. And information that was given to me, it was given, but it was kind of a blanket statement, nothing really specifics. So I kind of heard it, but I didn't, understand it at that time. But I try to definitely be a little specific with her on the boys when it comes to dating, So with that, the thing that I noticed about him getting older, girls were loud dudes. We already had an incident. Girl lied. I mean, it came out that it was a lie. The council said it was a lie. She admitted she lied. When young ladies out here, if y'all have sons, let them know. Like when people be saying, I'm not trying to say all females lie on dudes, all this happens to everybody, but as a mother who has personally experienced somebody straight lying on my child, it wasn't like nothing that he did. She said that. It was a scare moment that she thought she had. And she was like, he's not going to be there for me. He said he's not going to talk to me. Girl, you ain't even pregnant. What? And it was a lie. So y'all ain't heard anything my son did that. Nah. It was a consensual act, but she was like, I'm pregnant. A whole lot. So women will lie on dudes. And that's a big thing for me as a mother of a black son, for somebody to lie on their name. Like, and to watch, what's that, the Banks movie, you know, the guy who played football. Yeah, and that girl had lied on him, he went to jail all the time, and to personally experience a situation like that. Yeah, like, you can mess somebody's whole life up. And for that situation to have happened to him specifically at such a young age, for me, that's a big concern for a mother having a son. You already got other stuff that's happening out here with the police stuff, but that's a big concern in raising him versus raising Jade. The girl, what we thinking about? Oh, getting pregnant, having a baby, messing up your life, you know, before it's time. So how many of us have thought about it?
Yeah, I mean, and at the end of the day, if the girl gets pregnant, I mean, no offense to, I know you raising boys, but if your son gets someone pregnant, I mean, it's unfortunate, and y'all can drop in. They can drop in when they want to, but their life is not ruined. They can still have goals to go to college and things like that. Not to say that a woman can't. It is just, it's definitely, I know, will be different. Their life will look totally different because that child is going to be with
the mama,
the mama, and the grandmama,
and her grandmama.
You know what I mean? Like,
look at me.
I mean, the life is it's gonna be different. Like, you can't go to college right away. You can't experience, and if you do go, you're not gonna be able to experience it
the same. I promise it's different.
It's gonna be different. And I mean, like a guy, I mean, yeah, and I'm not gonna say that just because a guy young gets someone pregnant, they can be there and support, but them being there is just maybe giving what little money they can make, because they can't make much at a young age like that. And then, you know, if they stop in when they got a chance, let me stop in a couple of days a week or whatever, and they feel like, oh, I done did it. Like, no, because child is 24/7. So that is definitely
yeah, that it's a concern. And also crowds of friends. And with my sons, like who they hanging with, even my daughter nowadays, because these little girls out here, you know, it's another breed of children. This is another breed, baby. They wearing lashes in middle school. What? I didn't get my eyebrows arched to prom, to my senior prom.
Yeah,
these folks out here wearing lashes and full blown makeup.
Lashes. I don't think I wore lashes.
Exactly.
Adults.
That's what I'm saying. So Jane, her crowd of friends who she hanging with, kind of the influence. My sons, of course, hanging with their crowd of influence. And then actually with the boys, knowing when to. So let's say they out scenario. If they out, a situation pop off with my sons. No, I don't want you to be no punk. You know, backing down. No, I don't want you to be a hothead either. Somebody bump into you all, what? You bump into me? You know, no, I don't want you to be a hothead, but I want you to also be able to stand up for yourself. But I also want you to know when to walk away. And I think as a woman, of course, I can't teach that to my sons, but I can only give them the information. And that's the part of me raising them that kind of, I'm like, so I see the difficult side of being a male, you know, in raising them. Because I'm like, you want to be, a woman wants you to protect them.
Right.
So does protection always mean confrontation? Protection can mean knowing when to just walk away and make it to the next day. Absolutely. You know, that's and that's something that I want them to get, because you can protect them and you think, oh, I got to physically step up and be man's man. Everybody gonna talk to my woman like this and this and that. You can address somebody and let them know, you know, hey, this is that. But you also have to know protection is knowing when to walk away. And it saves you and it saves them, because it can turn bad real quick. You know, so that's a part of me with them that I'm like trying to balance out. But I think that's going to come to them with life experience.
Absolutely. But, you know, I mean, have you had the talk with your boys yet when dealing with police?
Oh, we've already had that conversation, because Fat finna start driving.
What age was I'm just curious. What age did you?
Actually, with all of the stuff that has currently started to happen, it has been a conversation. Prior to that, would I say I have talked to him in a more extensive format? No, neither of them. Like, I wouldn't have talked to them in the magnitude that I speak to them now about it. But have I always told them how to be respectful? And, you know, when this happens, do that. Don't talk, you know, just being in your place in a position that you find yourself in, to not escalate.
So
That's
is it
all.
something that you talk to all, your door, Jade, as well as your
Oh,
boy?
it's everybody. We all everybody. It's
That's
a
what I'm
collective
saying. I
conversation.
really think it's a conversation at this point because, I mean, what's in the media is not just men. It is it's I guess if you're looking at statistics, it's mainly Black men that are getting killed. But I mean, women, Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, it's really a collective
Sandra
conversation.
Bland. So yeah, and I don't know because mine are so young. Of course, I'm not.
Mhm.
It's not anything I'm talking about yet, but I mean, eventually it's a thing that I know will have to be a conversation in our household. Like
Yeah.
Arian and I were out going on a date somewhere, and I don't think I realized. I mean, I think we were naive. I don't know that did we leave the doors open in Memphis. I don't know. We probably did. I don't know that we ever
Didn't leave the doors open. What kind of doors?
House. Like I don't feel like I felt unsafe when we were raised in Memphis all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, the old Memphis.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Baby, it's new Memphis.
I know, but like now I'm saying, like, I'm riding with Arian and you know, we're going on a date or something, and we were pulled over. And I remember him having his hands on the steering wheel. Like immediately, he had all of his stuff out and his hands were there. And I'm like, what you doing? Like, I was naive. And this is my husband, right? So I'm naive and I'm like, why are you doing this? And he was like, that's how I was raised. So apparently, I know all of this has been happening, but my husband's 8 months older than me, and his dad had that conversation with them already. So Black men, I think, have already always known that. You know, it's likely now it's just more so in the media.
Back in our face.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, so that definitely was a realization for me. Like, so.
Yeah. Dang. So yeah, now it's more of a collective conversation.
Yeah.
One more thing that I will say in regards to just bringing them both up, you know, from the girl side and the boy side, is I want them to. My goal is for them to make the best choice with the information that they've been taught. So I've given them the information, given them the tools, given them pretty much how to be a good individual, raise you with manners, respect, just all of that. So at this point, I am looking for them to use that information and hopefully make the best choices for themselves in the future. Are they gonna make mistakes? Yep. Are they gonna mess up? Yep. Am I gonna hold myself accountable? Nope. So me and my auntie was having a conversation the other day, and we was talking, and I was like, us as parents, we have to start giving ourselves some grace. We have to give ourselves grace, because when things happen, the first thing somebody say, where they mama at? Where they daddy at? Who raised them? Who raised you to be so judgmental? Because at the end of the day, people raise children to the best of their abilities. Now, I'm not talking about people who are not in their kids' life, who can care less what they do, any type of. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the parents who have been there, taught them, took you to church, raised you with some form of whatever your religion is, but for us it's Christianity. So you going to church, you know about God, you know about being a good person, you know about manners, you know how to be respectful. I've given you all of these tools, but us as parents, and people want to come and say, if something happens, it's like, who are the parents? I'm the parent. But guess what? Children grow up and become their own person. They become their own person. They become themselves. They're going to take some of what you gave and use it, and they're going to take some of it and they're going to throw it away. I don't do everything like my mama did for me. I'm pretty sure you don't do everything like your mom did with you.
Yeah.
And one thing about it as well is it's two parents. It's a mama and it's a daddy. That child may act like the mom, or the child may act like the dad, or they're gonna be a combination of both. So people understand that, because I know us as parents, we're like, oh my God, what I do, where I mess up at, where I miss the market. If something doesn't go right. But they got another parent too. They got a daddy.
Yeah.
Guess
And
what?
I
That's a
think as
personality.
moms are we're the main ones to blame ourselves.
Exactly, and
Like
that's what I'm saying. We got to give us some grace. They got a dad. That daddy got a personality. What's up with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that little meme that first came out. What was it? That little cartoon. She said one was it like she was trying to give him a math problem, and he kept saying the wrong number. And she was like, "Is you this and one is what? No, like this
No,
what?
it was the apples.
Yeah, if you take away this many apples,
How many apples Johnny got? If Johnny had 3 apples and he had 5 apples and 3 was taken away, how many apples does Johnny have? And he was like 5. It was like,
and she
say 5
said,
one more time. Say 5 one more time.
Exactly.
Let me wait a minute. Let me call your
daddy.
Because I know
You must have been dumb. I know he was.
I know he was. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, though. You got 2 parents, baby. You got a mama and a daddy. Mamas, don't be out here taking out. Man, mamas, don't be out here taking all that pressure and stress on you so much you messed up. No. What that daddy do?
Genetics, baby.
Oh my God. So give us some grace, though, for real, y'all. As parents, give yourself some grace. Don't be so hard on yourself, because I ain't never had a 17-year-old. He finna be 17. I ain't never had a 17-year-old. I ain't never had a 13-year-old. So guess what? I'm learning. We are still learning and evolve. We've never had to raise children of these ages, these stages through life. So the only thing that we can do is do the best that we can with what we got and make sure we're raising some decent children out here. So give us some grace.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing else on the side. That's my like raising boys and girls. You got something to say on it?
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, with both of them, whether it's a boy or girl, we always just need to make sure as parents we're present and listening, modeling appropriate behavior, encourage their dreams, and affirm our kids. Right? I mean, we need to make sure that they know that anything is possible. The sky is the limit. I know that eventually they're going to go out into this big, mean world. But I mean, all we can do, like Sean said, is to do our best. And we need to have grace on ourselves. And
don't hold ourselves accountable for all their actions. No, kids become their own person.
Yeah.
You got some soul food before we wrap it up?
I do. I do want to remind you guys to make sure that you subscribe, hit the little bell, and subscribe to make sure you get the notifications on our YouTube at Not Just Girl Talk Podcast. YouTube, Not Just Girl Talk Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell so that you know when we have new episodes coming out. Make sure you follow us on our IG at NotJustGirl_talk. Again, that's IG, NotJustGirl_talk. Also follow us on Facebook at Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti. Again, that's Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti on Facebook. Make sure you like our page and follow us. And then on Twitter, in the Twitter atmosphere, we are at Not Just Girl T, at Not Just Girl T. Please make sure you follow us on that as well. And we've got some great things coming out, but coming up, we will let you guys know. We'll be on the lookout for some merch and some things coming with our Patreon account that is being set up. So
yes.
Some food.
So get your coins ready. Get your coins ready. Get your coins ready to support. Get your coins ready to support and donate to us, so you can help our podcast grow, and also so we can kind of be, giving out some good, information, insights, some stuff we got going.
Yes. So my food for the soul this week, because we're gonna be weekly now. By the way, if you didn't catch it, we are recording weekly now. But
every Thursday.
Every
Thursday we will drop an episode.
Yes. Food for the soul. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. So that's just a little food for the soul.
I like that. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up our episode. It's 2 things that we want you to do when you're listening to Not Just Girl Talk. Number 1, refill your cup
and vibe with Tiffany and Ashanti.